Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juana and I am the crafty Puerto Rican. Today I need to complete some items. I'm going to be working on some t-shirts and I'm going to be using HTV or heat transfer vinyl. Also I need to complete some tumblers, and this is a last minute thing that I needed to add to my work. So I decided to share it with you, especially for those who have not experimented with HTV or heat transfer vinyl. It's a very simple project, easy to start. So I decided to share with you, and I'm gonna be completing all the steps all the way from the beginning, from taking you from your downloads, how to download to Cricut Design Space, and how to cut the item. So I am very excited about this project, and I can't wait to show you how to do it. So let's get at it. These are the items I'm going to be using for this project. I'm going to be using 7 t-shirts. They are all Gildan t-shirts in black. The 2 mats, scissor or sizer vinyl, color white and yellow. And also I'm going to be using more of the white because most of the designs are in white. Also, I'm going to be using this DIY dispenser that I created myself for disposing of the tiny bits of vinyl when I weed. Yes. Also, I'm going to be using the weeding tools, also the scraper and twisters. And I am also using this to cut my vinyl. That is optional because you can use scissors to cut your vinyl. I like using the scraper because it makes sure that I don't have any bubbles under the vinyl, that the vinyl is completely flat on the mat. And of course, my 2 vinyl cutters, which are for Cricut. I'm going to be using the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Explore Air 2. Since I need to do 7 shirts, it's going to help me, make things faster. So let's go to my laptop, and I'm going to do a brief explanation for those who are new on how do I download my design. This is Design Space, and I'm going to go down to upload. That it will take me to this the Canva, and then to the page that I'm going to download. I'm going to click browse, and that will take me to my downloads. And I'm going to go ahead and look for the design that I'm going to be doing. One of them, because I'm going to be working on 3 different designs today. I'm going to click it. It's going to get me the option. I'm going to pick up the one for SVG. I'm going to click, and it's going to take me to Design Space again. And then I'm going to hit continue. That's going to download it. And then once it's downloaded, I'm going to pick that one. If you notice, I have 2 of them. So since I have 2, I'm going to delete that one because I don't need it. I'm going to be using the one that I already have. I'm going to click that one, and I'm going to hit continue. This is going to take me to the canvas. And here, what I'm going to be doing is selecting the size that I want to my design. So I chose to do 11 by 10 and a half, around there, for the size of the t-shirts, because I'm going to be using 3 different sizes. I'm going to be using medium, large, and extra large. So I'm going to, for the width, I'm going to do 11.5, and then I'm going to be doing 10 for the height. Once I do that, it's going to give me the size that I wanted. And it's going to be big. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to reduce the size on the screen so I can work better with it. You're going to go to the bottom left, and you're going to see the percentage that you want to work with. Right now it's at 25%. The next step that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use one of the shirt templates because that will give me a little visual so that I have an idea how it looks on the different sizes. It's an approximate, and it's not an exact sign when it comes to that, but it helps you to see how it's going to be looking on the shirt. So I'm going to click on the left template. I'm going to look for the t-shirt. And the t-shirt is going to appear on a size small. And I really want to be using size medium, large, and extra large to see. So I'm going to be clicking into this box on the bottom right. That's going to allow me to choose a size for the shirt. Once I click that, I'm going to go to the top, and on the left, top part, I'm gonna choose the size. Right now it's in a size small, so I'm gonna choose a size so that I can see. I'm gonna start with the extra large, and then it looks pretty good. Those dimensions that I chose, I like it the way it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and click the image so that I can move it around and position it the way that I want it. Once I do that, I'm gonna go back to the size. I'm going to choose the medium, which is the smallest of the one I'm gonna be working with, and it looks good. So that those dimensions are gonna be working with the medium and the extra large. So I'm assuming that it's gonna look also good with the large size. Once I click that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the box again because I'm going to be changing the colors. My t-shirt is gonna be in black and the design is gonna be in white. So first I'm gonna change the color of the t-shirt to a black color. And once I do that, I'm going to click into the design because I'm gonna change the color of the designs to white. I'm gonna click it, it's gonna give me the option on the top. I'm gonna choose white. And that's the way I want it. You can see my reflection on the laptop. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. It looks like a mirror right now. It's kind of funny, but you can see me working on the laptop. I apologize for that if it bothers you. So this is the way I like it. So I'm gonna delete this word because I already have it done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete it. And I'm gonna go back to my projects and I'm gonna click the one that I already worked on. It has a exact amount of dimensions that I want. So those are some of the designs that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using 3 of them: the sun, the Taino sun, the Taino frog, and that design. So this is the Taino sun. These are the dimensions that I wanted. Nothing is going to change. I'm going to go to make it on the top right. And once I do make it, I'm gonna make sure that it's centered on the mat. I usually try to make it a little bit like in the middle, in the center. So I move it around a little bit from the edge, away from the edge. It doesn't make any much difference, but I like doing that. And then also I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to mirror it when I finish doing this. Very important to check that it's gonna be mirror. And the mirror is into your left side. You're gonna click mirror. And once you click mirror, all you have to do is go into the bottom right and you're gonna click continue. That is gonna take you to this page right here where you're gonna select what kind of material you're gonna be using. In this case, it's gonna be everyday iron on. And once you choose that, it's gonna take you to this page. It's telling you to get ready the material so that you can start cutting the vinyl. I do click and choose more on the blade. That's, it's optional. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my vinyl. I'm gonna be cutting around 10 and a half inches. I usually cut a little bit longer than what the design says, just to be on the safe side. And this scissor vinyl is 12 inches in width. So I'm good when it comes to the width. So the next thing for me to do is to place the vinyl on the mat. And you can go back to my other videos. I have a couple of videos, actually more than a couple, how to do vinyl. So you're gonna be placing Chinese side down. This is, like I said before, is sizer or scissor vinyl. I also use Cricut vinyl. I use both. I like them both. I don't have an issue with any of them. I love them both. So I use a scraper to make sure that everything is nice and flat on the mat. And now I'm going to place it on the cutter, which is the Maker, Cricut Maker. The light is flashing, telling me, go ahead and push it so that I can, feed the mat. The next step is press the next button, which is to go. So this is started. While this is going, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the next mat for the Explore Air 2. I have already loaded both. They're both working at the same time. It really helps me do it this way when I have a lot of shirts to do. because of course, it makes it more faster, the process faster. The air is already finished. So the maker is working on the second cut, by the way. Yes. So the maker is done. I'm gonna keep feeding the both machine with mats. Both machines are continuing working on the next cuts, and they are making my life easier, people. While these machines are working, I started already weeding some of the work. So yeah, there are 7 pieces that I need to weed, and one of them is going to be a layer design. Whoops, I dropped my phone on the floor, people. So the machines are done with these 2 mats, and I'm gonna go ahead and release them, and I'm gonna continue weeding. So all the designs mostly are done already, waiting for me to be weeded, and I have one more to cut, and then I will have to sit down and weed. These are the other mats for the last shirt that I need to cut. I'm gonna be using yellow, scissor, HTV, and white. I'm just gonna use a little piece of the yellow. It's a tiny piece. So this is the first cut. It's gonna be fast because it's a very simple design. So it should not be taking that long. Same with the yellow mat. It's gonna be fast. So this is the last cut that I did for the last design, and I'm not gonna show the whole weeding. I'm gonna time lapse it because it is boring. So I'll be back with you as soon as I'm done with these 2 pieces. So I'm done with all the weeding, and so now the next step is go and press these shirts. So I'm gonna be using my 15 by 15 press. It's a clamshell press. First thing, like you've seen me done before, I'm gonna warm up the shirts. That way I will just get rid of all the moisture on the shirt. Very important step before you use heat transfer vinyl. Just for a couple of seconds, not for too long. And then the next step that I'm gonna be doing is folding the shirt in half. So that will give me like a definition so that I know more or less where the center of the shirt is. And that will make it easier for me to place my design. We are going to press it for just a couple of seconds also, okay? Heat setting for the heat press for this vinyl is 305 Fahrenheit, and it's running for 15 seconds. I am covering the shirt again because the same thing, I don't want it to get shiny from the heat. And this is the first design we're going to be working with. I'm going to only do 3 designs, the ones that I showed, because the other ones are repetition. So I'm just going to demonstrate the 3 different shirts, all right? That's the line right there. I'm going to use that to let me know the center. And I'm going to be folding it a little bit on the top so that I have an idea. It's not going to be exactly in the center, so I just want to have an idea where the center is on the designs to help me just match it. I might have to move it a little bit, but at least I have an idea. And I usually use like 4 fingers from the neck down, but I use also this thing to help me also with the height of the design and the center. And I just verify it with my fingers, and it looks pretty good. So I think that's the place I'm gonna place it. So it is ready to be pressed. I'm gonna press it, cover it, and press it. It looks pretty nice. I love it. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with the next shirt. So let's continue to the next shirt. I have already pre-pressed it. And now what I'm gonna be doing is folding it in half so that I can have an idea where the middle center is. Same thing that I did with the one before. We're gonna follow the same step. And the one that I pressed before is the Taino Coqui, and it is a tiny frog that is original from Puerto Rico. So that was the one that I did before. This one is the Taino symbol of a sun. So I'm doing the same process. And I am making sure that the design is centered. And right now it's looking pretty good. So it is ready to be taken to the press. I'm gonna put it in the press. Same way I did it before. Looks pretty good. And the shirt is ready. Let me move the camera around so you can see better. It's amazing. I love it. Let's go to the next one. Now on this one, because it's a layer design and I cut all the 3 phrases separate, I have to make sure that all the phrases are placed. So what I'm doing, I'm trimming the carrier backing very close to the letters, because you don't want that backing touching the vinyl, the other vinyl of the word dad, because if it touches and you then take it apart after you press it, it's going to rip the vinyl. This is the best way of layering before you press it, because these are tiny words. And so this way it makes it much easier to layer. You see how I'm trimming? I'm making sure that there's not much left of the backing. And then I'm placing it on the places where it's supposed to go, making sure that it's the same, aligned with the other one that I already placed first. And I'm gonna be repeating the same thing with the third one. I'm using my mat on the table that have a line. The cutting mat helps me to make sure that the wording is straight. So the cutting mat really helps me doing that. And I'm gonna be repeating this again because it was a little bit, crooked. So I'm realigning it again, and that looks much better. So now I'm gonna continue with the third one. Same process. I make sure that it was trimmed, placed in the middle, and that the backing is not touching the rest of the design. So now the next thing is to position it on the shirt. I have already pre-pressed the shirt and already also did the pressing in the middle so that I can have an idea of the center of the shirt. And now I'm just making sure that the design is in the middle. It's looking pretty good. And now the process of pressing, same thing I've done before. I've been using Zizer vinyl all through the whole project. So if you notice, I've been peeling it warm, but with this vinyl, you can do it either way, cold or warm peel. And the shirt came out real nice. This is the end product of all the 7 t-shirts, so all I have to do now are the tumblers. I didn't include the beginning of the tumbler process because I released a video last week on the whole process. So this is the one that I did already earlier. It came out pretty good. I love the colors. And I have 3 more to go. One is a 30 ounce and the other 2 are 20 ounce tumblers. You can refer to the video that I released last week that includes all the process from beginning to end on how to press the tumblers. This one I'm going to be doing for 60 seconds first, and then I'm going to divide 3 more turns of 30 seconds each for a total of 2 minutes. So right now what I'm doing is pressing and turning on quarter turns, making sure that all the sides are well pressed. And the temperature on the tumbler is 365 Fahrenheit. And this one is ready. Very hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off the butcher paper and then continue taking off the tape around it. I have these heat resistant gloves which are extremely necessary for this process and still is very hot to the touch. This is the part that I don't like about making the tumblers, is the part of taking off the wrapping with all the tape and everything. I use a little weeder tool very carefully because you can easily scratch the tumbler. So I'm always very careful of using that. I don't use it if I don't have to. It came out real nice. Love the colors. It's a little bit on the top part that I could have been a little bit better, but not bad at all. I love it. And let's go to the next one. Next one is going to be the 30 ounce tumbler. And I'm going to follow the same process. 60 seconds first with the seam of the tumbler facing down. And then after that, I'm going to be turning quarter turns for a total of 2 minutes. And this is ready to go. And let's take off the butcher paper. And I'm doing the same thing very carefully using the weeder tool just to get rid of the tape, just to lift it up a little bit. Because when you have these gloves, it's difficult to peel the tape with the glove. But the tumbler is very hot, so I need to have my gloves on. Yeah. And this is looking very nice. I like it. The bottom part looks pretty good. Let's see the top part. And it's very nice. I love it. The seam in the back, still not 100%. That's the part that I need to improve a little bit, but it's not bad. I really like it. I really enjoy making tumblers. I really do. I think more than making mugs. Actually, I like both. Making mugs and making tumblers. So this is the end of the work. So I'm going to wrap it up and show you the results with the tumblers. There are 3 right here. And I have to complete a 4th one, but I decided just to show you these 3 because you've seen me done it before in the previous video. So you guys, I'm very happy with the results, and the only thing I have left for me to do is just to pack it up. So like I say, I enjoyed making this project with you guys. If you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. This is the kind of content that I include in my channel, including embroidering, sewing, and sublimation. I do release new videos every week. So in order for you to know when my videos are coming, go ahead and click the notification bell, and YouTube will notify you of any future videos. Also, please click on the thumb up. That will really help my channel to be seen in YouTube more often, and that will help me grow my channel. So guys, again, thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you soon. Bye bye. Hasta luego.